next question is why you actually took the lives of your victims.
Yeah, I'd like to know the reason for that too. I don't know.
On le surnomme le cannibale du Milwaukee, ce qui est justifié. Jeffrey Dahmer prenait un plaisir sadique à torturer, puis à manger ses victimes.
I injected another syringe full of that dilute hydrochloric acid, and that's what killed him. I wasn't trying to kill him, but that's what happened.
Enfant dans les années 60, Dahmer se réfugie dans son monde. Son jeu préféré est de tuer de petits animaux, de leur retirer la peau et de nettoyer les os à l'acide.
That's the sort of thing that should raise a flag of concern when we have that sort of behavior, or prolonged torturing of any animal. Enjoying that, that's the sadistic element that is of concern, because you're only a step away. Animals can show fear, they can cry, they can scream.
Adolescent, Dahmer se met à boire. Il devient lunatique, introverti, asocial. Peu après la séparation de ses parents en 1978, il frappe pour la première fois. Il prend un adolescent de 19 ans en autostop et a des rapports avec lui. Puis, il lui fracasse le crâne avec un pied de biche. Dahmer traîne ensuite le corps dans un vide sanitaire, le démembre et stocke les morceaux dans des sacs en plastique.
Some of it had to do with loneliness. He didn't want these people to leave, so he killed them to keep them around. I think that was sort of unique, perhaps, to Dahmer.
Dahmer commence alors à hanter les bars gays de Milwaukee et de Chicago à la recherche de victimes. Ce sont toujours des hommes jeunes, noirs pour la plupart.
Somehow the violence and sexuality got paired. Violence itself becomes eroticized, and that becomes the exciting part of it.
Plus tard, Dahmer confiera naïvement ses méthodes dans une déposition à l'avocat Robert Slattery. C'est une vidéo inédite à la télévision.
He would make offers to lure young men by offering them money.
Sometimes, yes.
And what you'd offer them money for is for the taking of pictures.
Occasionally.
You'd also offer them drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Your answer is yes?
Right.
And you didn't necessarily propose a sexual encounter, but you hoped that it would lead in that direction.
Right.
The other procedure that you utilized was to drill holes through the bone, through the skull of your victims?
Yes.
What did you inject into the holes?
Sometimes hot water, sometimes a weak acid solution.
What sort of acid?
Hydrochloric.
Now, what was the purpose of that drilling technique now?
To put the person in a sort of zombie-like state. I didn't know exactly what it would do, but I was experimenting, if you will.
What do you mean when you say a zombie-like state? What are you trying
State
to
where he would be willing to just follow my orders and not want to leave.
La série de meurtres de Dahmer s'étale sur 13 ans. Elle se termine en juillet 1992, toujours à Milwaukee. Dahmer menotte une nouvelle victime dans son appartement. Mais l'homme de 32 ans parvient à s'échapper. Il conduit la police chez Dahmer. Ils y trouvent les restes de 13 cadavres, dont des têtes humaines dans le réfrigérateur.
He would murder them and decompose them, he cannibalized them. There were photos of some of the most ghastly things that you could ever imagine happening to a human being that Dahmer did to his victims.
En février 1992, Jeffrey Dahmer, 31 ans, est reconnu coupable de 15 meurtres. À l'époque, on s'arrache déjà à cette étrange histoire.
Everybody was trying to do a Dahmer thing, you know. It was sick, disgusting, exploited for money. Book writers, movie makers. It's okay for them to make money, but God forbid that the families of the victims should get anything for what happened to them.
Jacobson lance un procès civil contre Dahmer. Le juge attribue aux familles une somme totale de 120 millions de dollars pour préjudices moraux. Mais d'où vient cet argent? Sûrement pas de la poche de Dahmer.
We had actually, in LA, arranged with some writers, and how we were going to do it was that Jeffrey Dahmer would be interviewed face-to-face and filmed. And basically, for his first-person story rights, you know, Jeffrey, how'd you get to be such a sick individual that did so many demented, disgusting things with your victims? You know, that story was worth $1 million.
Dahmer refuse de parler. Jacobson a alors une autre idée. Il est difficile d'y croire.
We knew that the 311 items that were confiscated by the police from Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment, which included the vat that he used to boil down his victims, the hypodermic needle he used to lobotomize his victims, the cutting utensils he used to cut up his victims, the acids he used, and the lava lamp, everything else that was in that apartment would have a value.
Le même juge décrète que les familles des victimes ont le droit de saisir la propriété personnelle de Dahmer.
So that was our plan. We were going to have a Jeffrey Dahmer auction and sell off to the highest bidder all of Jeffrey Dahmer's assets.
Plus troublant encore, les chaînes de télé du monde entier se bousculent pour filmer les enchères en exclusivité. Mais l'idée est jugée révoltante, surtout à Milwaukee.
What ultimately happened there was that Joe Zober, who is a philanthropist, wealthy property owner in Milwaukee, did not want to see something like that happen. He did not want a Jeffrey Dahmer auction. He thought it would be terrible for the world, terrible for Milwaukee. He stepped up and ended up, through negotiations, paid us $430,000, which then was divided up amongst all of the victim families. My fee, of course, I gave to charity, and that's how that ended.
Oui, mais la collection morbide est toujours là. Joe Zober finira par faire détruire les biens de Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer mourra en prison, battu à mort par l'un de ses co-détenus. Les criminologues s'accordent sur le fait que Dahmer a le profil de la plupart des tueurs en série, un homme blanc de moins de 35 ans.